So we're going to be talking about contour line drawing. Now this is the foundation of drawing from how we learn when we're children, and it continues all the way through your artistic career. No matter what avenue of art you take, you will always come back to contour line in some way, be it sketches or final product or anything. So here are three examples of the different contour line drawings that we're going to be going over. The modified contour, that is going to be the most accurate representation of the object in front of you. The continuous line contour, which is created by a single line that is woven through the shape of the object to create it. And then there's blind contour, which is my personal favorite, because blind contour is where you only look at the subject. You never look at your paper until you're completely finished. And I think it's really wonderful because what it does is it allows you to get out of your headspace of, am I drawing this thing correctly? Is my line work perfect? Is everything exactly where it needs to be? That idea of perfectionism in your contour line drawing is a very unrealistic expectation for anyone. I like to practice blind contours every week. I will practice with inanimate objects, with friends, with family, and I think it's a really great exercise for you to be able to get out of your head and get out of this idea of, I'm in an art class, so I have to immediately be good at art, because that's just unrealistic. So let's get started. First, we're going to be starting off working with charcoal. Remember, keep your wrist nice and loose, keep your body kind of loose, and we're going to start with a modified contour. I'm going to draw the Monstera leaf, just as I did before. So I'm going to start with very light marks. Remember from last week how we said we don't want to go in and just start making really hard lines when you're starting your drawing, because you're probably going to mess up. You're probably going to have some places that need to be adjusted or need to be erased. So what we're looking to do is just get a general idea of the shape of the leaf and then go from there to create our final lines. Like this little spot needs to come down, get the general idea of the middle of the leaf, a couple of fenestrations over here and over here, and then the stem is going to come through and end up right about there. Alright, so I have a general idea, and then I can just go right back through, putting a little bit more pressure, looking at my leaf with modified contour line drawing. You're going to be looking at your subject about 50% of the time, and your paper the other 50% to make sure that your lines are in the right area. Whereas with other contour line drawings, you will be looking at your subject more often than your paper. This one is going to be the most straightforward. You look at the thing and you draw the thing, but it's also going to cause a lot of people to feel like their drawings aren't good enough because everyone needs to practice, and not everyone's going to make the exact right line at the exact right time every single time. It's incredibly unrealistic. So here we are, adding the last few holes on the other side. And throwing the stem in there. You'll notice I kind of kept my hand loose, kept my wrist loose, and it looks pretty good. It could use a few more lines, but for the sake of demonstration, let's move on to the next one. The next one is the continuous line contour. So it is exactly what it says it is, one continuous line. So I will find a starting point on my leaf, and I'm going to go up, bring it down, maybe come over here and go ahead and add that fenestration in there. Bring it down again, add the other little hole that's in the leaf, bring it around. We're not looking for a perfect representation with the continuous line contour. That would take so much practice. Each one of these methods really takes a lot of practice. There seems to be this strange misconception about artists are just good at art. And that's just how it works. And that's just not the case. There's so much practice that goes into every single method of drawing, every single day. A little bit of drawing here and there will really help to enhance your skills and to be able to get you where you want to be. There we go. So very similar to the modified contour, a little bit looser, the lines are overlapping, and you're getting some really nice dimension in there. Now, last but certainly not least, it is my personal favorite, blind contour. Now, blind contour is much more fun whenever we're drawing a person and not a plant, in my opinion. Plants, they do look beautiful as a blind contour, but why not have a little bit more fun, shall we? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch to this side, and I'm only gonna draw, or I'm only gonna look at my face in this mirror, and we'll see what it looks like when I get done, shall we? So with blind contour, unlike the others, you really wanna make sure that you follow along the path that your eye is taking. Typically I would take 5 to 10 minutes just to do one drawing of a blind contour, just to give myself the ease and comfort of being able to trace along all of the lines of the face, getting a little bit of the hair up there, some more hair over here. I love this because it really helps you get out of your own way. So many times we're just our worst critic and we're looking at our drawing and we're saying, oh, it's not good enough. It doesn't look like this other person's drawing. I wish that I had done this or this or this. But when we're doing blind contours, we're not worried about that. Every single blind contour drawing is going to come out looking really funky, really wacky, and not very realistic. And I think that that's the wonderful thing about it, is we're not focused on those little tiny details. What we're focused on is the subject, which is the crucial element to any sort of representational art, is can you observe your subject in a way that allows you to translate it to paper, or in a new and unique way? And how can you get that across? Look at that. A masterpiece. So I encourage you to do this with your friends, do this with your family, draw your pets, draw your plants. Practice blind contour every day, because every single one will come out just a little bit different. Maybe it comes out like this, maybe it comes out like this. You never know, and what it does is it really just helps get your hand-eye coordination, relaxation, and just let you have a little bit of fun.